Ichigo, his friends and Gote 13 will have to make their way into the depths of hell, and Kazui will act as the gateway. But you're probably wondering, what exactly is hell in the Bleach universe? After all, it was only mentioned a few times during the initial run and was never important to the story. Well, that's what the Shinigamis thought, until a dark secret is revealed in the No Breath from Hell one-shot, where the upcoming villains of this arc may be their dead allies?
I'm confused right now, G.
Well, let me explain. We first need to understand how a soul enters hell. As it stands, a Zanpakuto can only cleanse the sins of a soul during their actions as a hollow. But if that soul has committed heinous crimes, they are casted into hell. This is seen with Espada number 8, whose name I am not going to pronounce, so let's call him Grants. But after dying, he was banished to this realm for his sins. And I'm talking about dying as an Espada, where later after entering hell, his physique has been altered, as when we see his face, now he has new marks, and his hollow hole has become a ring behind his back. Hell also granted him new abilities, as he's now able to manipulate pitch black chains due to his new role as a jailer of hell. But hell doesn't only hold the sinful. In fact, it holds some of the most pure-hearted and courageous characters in all of Bleach, the deceased Gote 13 captains. That's right, characters such as Ukitake, Onohana, and even Yamamoto have been sent to hell. And to make matters worse, it was at the hands of their own comrades. This is because it's tradition to perform a Shinigami ritual known as Konso Reisai, which occurs 12 years after a captain's death in battle. This ritual was started due to the fact that a captain's Ryatsu was so strong, not even Soul Society's soil can absorb it. So in order to disperse this reishi, the Shinigamis would capture a hollow and purify it at the captain's grave. But unknown to the members of the Gote 13, the true purpose of this ritual was to cast these captains into hell. By entering this realm, these captains are given titles based around their roles in life. An example of this is Yamamoto, who is given the title Founder of Gote, obviously due to his role in establishing Gote 13. Just like Arankas, these captains are also heavily altered by hell, as during the hell one-shot, Ukitake intervenes between Ichigo and Espada number 8's fight. We don't see how his body has changed, but his sword is now significantly longer and larger. Ukitake casts Grants back into hell, seemingly serving a role in this realm. Another thing, which is likely a speculation, once the captain is sent to hell, their personalities become twisted and is shaped into a mindset where they will now serve and forever obey the will of the realm, as hell has become their new master. In fact, it's quite similar to Soul Society, where balance is maintained by the balance of souls between Seretse and the world of the living. Hell's balance is based around the realm's own Ryatsu and that of the human realm and Soul Society. Grants states that Yuhaba and Aizen's Ryatsu was so strong it held the maw of hell shut, meaning no creature from this realm could escape it. Do you guys understand how big that is? Yuhaba and Aizen are so strong that they alone kept the gates of hell shut for centuries. It took one of them to die for hell to be awakened. But with the death of the Soul King's son and captains with insane amounts of Ryatsu like Yamamoto and Onohana who entered hell, the maws are now open. This is due to the shift of Ryatsu from one realm to the next, which all means that the inhabitants of hell are now able to break free to the other side. Yep, Yuhaba's death was just the start of something much bigger, and things are only going to get worse. But it's not just the deceased Arankas and captains that the Gote 13 has to worry about. They also have to fight the Jigoku no Gaki, or in English, Beast of Hell. These are essentially hell's own version of hollows. Although emitting great strength, they do not possess any Ryatsu. But even so, if the Gote 13 were to face an army of these, it could, basically do, damage to Soul Society as a whole and the world of living. And yeah, you're probably thinking, surely that's it can't possibly get worse. Yeah, it can. It's also important to note that Ichigo and the others won't just be facing the captains we are familiar with, but rather 1,000 years of Gote 13 generations. generations, as every captain has received their own consorese, meaning they are all in hell, waiting to confront those who put them there. This includes the first ever Gote 13, which were stated by Yuhaba to be the strongest and most brutal shinigamis in Soul Society history. So if you can't tell, this arc will be fire! Not only will we get to see an incredible cast of villains consisting of some of Bleach's strongest characters, but we'll also get to see just how far Gote 13 has come in the decades since the 1,000-year Blood War. This could be anyone from the captains, lieutenants, to even some of the minor characters, as well as obviously seeing new characters like Ichika and Kazui's growth. We might also witness how some of these characters have mastered their bankai, like Rukia and Kenpachi, and even see new bankais altogether, like the newer captains such as Isana, the successor to Unohana. Ichigo could also become even stronger in this arc, perhaps having to accept his Quincy blood even more and learn how to use those powers to combat the force of hell. But let's be honest here, we all know what we want to see. Ichigo's bankai and what it actually does. Like, come on Kubo, give us that good shit. And above all, Aizen's bankai.
Holy shit!
Yep, Aizen in Can't Fear Your Own World makes it clear he's banking on a Yuhaba level threat, which will require Soul Society to come and get him once again, along with understand the truth about their world, and hopefully join with him to create a future under him. But there's even more. Old captains, Espada, Quincy's and other characters might be threatening, but the main villains of this arc could end up being someone far more powerful, a being that existed long before even the Soul King himself, the Devil of Bleach. But if you lot want to learn more about the next generation of Bleach and Gote 13, then make sure to watch this video next.